Your book is incredible. I really connected with it. I'm not an avid reader, but when, I knew you were doing the book, I just couldn't wait to read it. And there are people in your life that we kind of share, that are sort of some of the cast members that are in mine. So I never thought in a million years that I would get to speak with you. It's amazing because, we have met because we did some shows opening for you, 4 or 5 shows with you consecutively. Just like you say in your book, you said how you were very intimidated, I think, if I'm correct. I'm not going to use the exact phrasing, but you said that you were a big fan of the Neville brothers. Was it a real thrill for you to finally meet Aaron Neville and, of course, then to go on and sing such great songs with him? But you were a little bit nervous about doing that, and I remember that when we worked with you, I was just so nervous because, you were such a hero
you guys
of mine.
were working with John Boylan then, right?
That's right, yeah. I mean, so, we share that relationship with John, and John has been an incredible figure in my life because when I was first and this is not going to be all about me, it's all about you, of course, but I just wanted to say that connection is that when we worked with John, I mean, he was just such an important part of our career. First couple of albums we did.
He was a big booster of Australian pop music to the world, right?
Exactly. I mean, it was terrific. And when they said, hey, John Boylan has offered to produce you guys and he's just come off a massive hit with Boston. And I said, forget that. I mean, he produced Linda Ronstadt. That's what's important to me. And so...
Oh, how sweet.
We became really, really good friends. And the thing was that in the first era of Little River Band, I wasn't a songwriter. And then when I left the band for a couple of years and I came back and we reformed, I insisted, I said, well, John's got to be at the helm because... we'd gone on and we did an album with George Martin, the Beatles producer. But when we broke up and we came back together, I said, let's put the old team back together because that was really successful. And so John was back on board and it was my first album as a songwriter. And I was very flattered to get 3 songs on the album. But one song I was having particular difficulty with. And John just kept sending me back and saying, you can write a better lyric than this. You can improve the lyric. And I kept going back because I was the new kid on the block and rewriting the lyric. And finally, I got a little bit cocky and I got a little bit upset. And I said to John, you don't do this to the other guys in the band, the proven songwriters. And he said, little buddy, I do it because I know you'll rise to the challenge. And
he's such a good guy.
That is so John Boylan, and I just knew that you would relate to that because you know John so well.
Well, the other thing is that John is a guy, I've known him all my life, and he lives in the solution, not the problem.
Exactly.
He will move right into the solution, not spin in the problem, and get stuff done. He's one of those proactive guys, and he's so smart. He knows. He knows. Lovely compliment.
And Linda, if you want to hear his life story, we've got him up on one of our shows as well on podcast.
Oh, terrific.
Linda summed him up perfectly. That's a great description of John. And I haven't seen him for a long time, so,
You haven't missed a lot.